Hello and welcome to the Musical Instrument Investigator. My name is Sheldon, and a bit of a different video for you today. You can hear some seagulls in the background, some cars and a bit of wind. I'm in Scotland, I'm in Dunfermline, and I'm at Bowler and Binnie auctioneers. So they have an interesting auction coming up, so I thought I'd just pop up from London and just have a look at what they have. So this particular auction house, they deal with loads of different kind of stuff, like general kind of sales, but they also kind of occasionally have like bulk collections of things, and in this case they have lots of instruments from the collection of Lindsay Porteous, who I think it was a local maker of instruments, collector of instruments, was active in like the folk scene. I was also a dealer of instruments as well, so there's a crazy amount of stuff in here. Hello, Sheldon from the future here. I thought I'd just say a few more bits about this auction before the video carries on. The auction itself, it's 3 days between the 21st and 23rd. I do think that most of the musical instruments, if not all, are happening on the 21st, but there might be some other stuff on the 22nd. I think there's a very important guitar, of which I'll have a video of, which I think is happening on the 22nd, but I'll double check on all of that, and there'll be a few short videos here and there of some of the interesting lots. I just wanted to say a little bit more about Lindsay Porteous, because I looked him up a bit more, and he's a very important person in terms of folk music in Scotland. He's actually still alive, but I believe he's currently in a care home, and so because of he was living, I believe, in a accommodation provided by the state, and he was a well-known kind of folk musician and collector, but because I think his health has deteriorated, he's had to move into a home, and because of that his collections kind of had to be cleared out, and he is aware of it. As far as I understand, he knows that this is happening, so unfortunate, but that is the way that things go sometimes. He is basically regarded as Scotland's most important Jew's harp or Jaws harp player, as well as a number of other instruments. I believe he could play like 100 instruments or something like that. It really is quite crazy. A massive collector of instruments, seller, dealer, very knowledgeable. There's actually loads of videos on YouTube about him and him playing and stuff. Really fascinating guy, like amazing. So I'll try and link a few videos regarding him in there. I can't really do it justice to say kind of how interesting or important this guy is, but having looked at it and read kind of about him, and he, I think, recorded some things as well on various different things, it shouldn't be understated how important his contribution is to kind of folk music in general, and Scottish folk music, and also Scottish Jew's harp playing. So I just wanted to quickly say a little bit about Lindsay Porteous before we continue this video. So yeah, check out any links I put in the description, and have a look at what he's done, because really is quite a fascinating guy. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you a little bit around where they're storing everything, just talk about some of the things. There's boxes and boxes full of stuff, really super interesting stuff, like crazy. And then I'm going to take a few short videos, which I'll also put up on my YouTube channel, just to show you kind of what there is. There really is like a crazy amount of stuff. Really interesting, and I think that you'll find it interesting as well. I'll put a link to the auction house in the video. Do check them out if you can. Super nice, really nice people kind of letting me have a look around the lot, so some really curious stuff. So yeah, without further ado, what we're going to do is just cut to me kind of just walking around a bit, first person videoing the collection of instruments and bits, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of them, and then there'll be other videos to look at. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching this thing, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and greetings and goodbye from sunny but windy Dunfermline in Scotland. Bye. So here we are right inside the Bowler and Binnie auction viewing room. See a banjo there already. Really crazy amount of stuff here, so you can see all the stuff from the 3-day auction there, some musical instrument bits about. We can see some kind of zithers and stuff here, a load of kind of drums, bowron kind of things, pan pipes, other kind of ceramic kind of pottery drums, brass instruments, little harps. It really is quite mental, like horns there, harmonicas, crazy kind of things everywhere. Here we have some more kind of ceramic flute type things. See concertinas there, more drums, just boxes and boxes of stuff ever, some pipes there, more concertinas, accordions, different kind of pottery instruments there, auto harps, other stringed instruments, kind of sultry hurdy-gurdy type things everywhere, some kind of gongs and other zither type instruments. It really is quite mad. Lindsay Porteous, I think he sold lots of instruments, he collected. It was just a bit crazy really. You can see some Chinese instruments here, some Jaws harps or Jews harps there, which were one of his speciality. Loads of other kind of little harps there. See flutes, wind instruments, Chinese instruments, really quite crazy. More banjos, zithers, harps, just crazy, dulcimers, anything you can think of really. He had it. Really quite crazy. Other kind of guitars and guitar related instruments, ukuleles, balalaikas, I mean literally everything. Some things I think he made himself completely. There's a piano there that I'm not sure if that's part of his collection or not, but that's interesting enough. Some things I think he made entirely himself, some things he modified, some things he brought in and sold. It's a real whole different kind of things going on here. A lot of these items are actually his collection as well, even if they're not musical instruments. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. See some more instruments here, some more kind of ceramic bells, bits of pipes and things, all these bone kind of flutes. Look, all those kind of trays of Jaws harps there. Just mad. And there were some ocarinas and other kind of pottery flutes around as well. Really, really crazy collection of things. Here we have all these kind of kalimba thumb pianos, like all of this stuff. More pipes up there. Really is quite mad. Some really nice instruments there. Once again, more kind of ethnic stringed instruments. Some things that he would have bought, some things that he made himself. You see like armadillo kind of backed instruments. It's crazy. All of these different types of things. Banjos, stuff like that. They seem to really like banjos and also kind of hurdy-gurdy type instruments. There's a lot of that stuff. A few guitars there. That's a really nice banjo actually. Like some of the stuff's really nice. Lots of accordions, concertinas, lots of these kind of sultry type things. Really, really interesting. And it just goes on forever. A collection of drums here, some kind of pottery ones, some more traditional. Just everything you can think of. Auto harps, more accordions. This is all part of his collection. As you can see, some things are made by him, some things aren't. More bits of drums, more pipes, panpipes. I mean, it's boxes of wind instruments everywhere. Modified kind of violins, zithers, more hurdy-gurdy type stuff. Guitars, like gourds, like shakers, like percussion stuff. Bits of violins, violin bows, children's instruments like horns, brass, flutes. I mean, literally anything you can think of. There are just cases of things everywhere. Just real kind of madness of things. More accordions and bits, more zither harps. Really quite crazy. Some other instruments, I think a lot of these that he made, like lots of kind of dulcimer, zither type sultry things, hurdy-gurdies. That seems to be his main thing, along with the Jaws or Jews harps. That's another thing that he was really into, and he made some himself as well from bits of kind of spoons and knives. So more kind of bits and pieces, wind instruments, like there's just bits kind of everywhere. And I think he had a collection of really interesting other items as well, so it's going to be a really fascinating auction. They have already sold some of the stuff from his collection in the last couple of auctions, and there's some curious stuff there. There's a really nice hurdy-gurdy that he made, some interesting other kind of plucked instruments, banjo type guitar things. Like I said, some of them he made, some he didn't. More brass stuff. Yeah, they sold some instruments before, a whole load of brass stuff there, but more zither type things. But there are a lot of other things in this auction as well, some really good stuff. Once again, kind of hurdy-gurdy type banjo crossover instruments. I mean, it's just, I think, really difficult. Kudos to the guys here that have to catalogue this auction, because it's very difficult. Some of the zithers here, more kind of zither, hurdy-gurdy type things, dulcimer. Like I said, that is the main thing, but there are lots of wind instruments and there are lots of kind of musical instruments from around the world. Here we see lots of other kind of wind instruments. I mean, if you like musical instruments and you know your stuff, then this is really going to be Heaven Dew. Really super interesting auction. So most of this stuff going to auction on the 21st of September, I believe. So in a little bit of time it will be up. I'll put a link in the description to the catalogue. More plucked instruments there, just boxes and boxes full of stuff. Lots of other interesting items I think that he owned as well. Balalaikas there, guitar, I think that's a guitar that he made. Other guitars, more wind instruments, you see like flutes and other things there. Just real crazy amounts of stuff. There's some more kind of traditional instruments there. So yeah, when I got there I think my mind was just completely blown by the sheer scale of things that were here. So it was just, yeah, really quite mad. I had to take my breath I think for about kind of 5 minutes or so before I could really get to grips with what was going on with this collection. But yeah, just absolute kind of madness and really interesting. So I do recommend that you check out the collection if you get a chance, and if you like musical instruments, because this really is an amazing collection. One final thing, I'm just going to leave you with this beautiful view travelling across the Forth Bridge by train to Edinburgh on my way back from visiting the auction house. Absolutely beautiful view, and I definitely recommend kind of visiting both Dunfermline and Edinburgh in this general area whenever you get a chance, because it really is extremely beautiful.